Well, what do you think? Christian was in Wales, but he was about 20 miles away from me in Caerphilly. Please drive Caerphilly, where they make the cheese. I haven't watched the video yet. I just saw the front page where some guy had won a Mini. But I will look at it later. But congratulations to him. Where was I? Well, my one cross. What's going on? There we are. My one cross was in zone 2. I was 3 pixels out from the height. But I'd gone much further to... I didn't think they'd go that far right, actually, because I went further left, because I thought this guy, the dancing guy, was looking further to the right. I was a bit afraid that a lot of the judges would think they'd follow the line of his head and go straight forward, and it looks like a lot of them did. I've had a quick look at the judging, and it looks like a lot of them did put him more or less straightforward, which is a shame, because I thought some of them would have gone further over to the left. If anything, I possibly went too far to the left and should have gone somewhere in between the two. I mean, I still wouldn't have won, but I'd have been closer. Alright, let's have a look at the judging, see what we think they should have done and what they did actually do. So here we are, bigger spread than I thought. There's one right up there at the top, that's Matt Cannon's. That's, yeah, I can't see how you can justify that this guy on the left, the one that's about to punch the other fella in the face, I can't see how you can see that he's gone that high. So I would have thought that's got to come out. There is a nice little line up there where they've gone. I said they would have gone up there. Now for me, the fact that there's a line going up there and some are drifting off to the left, this one that's out here on the right hand side, I think that should be taken out. Because there's an obvious line going up here, a bit of a cluster, and they're sort of drifting towards the left. And the fact that that's far over to the right, I think that should come out. Which would have pushed that further over to the left hand side. Not by a lot, mind, but only a little bit. Wouldn't have made an awful lot of difference. Let's have a look what they did. Well, bizarrely, they've only taken Matt Cannon's cross off. I thought they would have taken... It's a much closer thing. That shape in the middle is much smaller now. But I thought they would have taken that one to the right out. It's not a long way out, but considering the direction these are going in, I think that one should have come out. Now, most of the time, I more or less agree with the way they've judged it. Whether or not I agree with where they've put the actual crosses is another thing. But the way they've judged it and what they've taken out, I usually agree with. However, this week, no, they should have taken that one out. That's too remote from the others and would have pushed it further to the left, which I think would have been more believable. Anyway, can't be helped. Didn't win. That's the final result. They've just left those 7 judges in. Let's have a look at this week's picture. There's my one cross. Why am I there? Well, I think this guy, Michael Flatley on the left here, the one that's doing a river dance, I think he's looking very much straightforward. But I've gone a little bit higher, because I think some of the judges will see him as looking a little higher. Maybe I should go a little higher, I'm not sure. Or perhaps I should leave it there, because I think some will go in very much a straight line. You'll always get 1 or 2 that'll go down a bit, and 1 or 2 will go up a bit. So I've tried to stay in sort of a neutral area there, where I think the judges might go a little bit higher. Let me draw a line from him, just so I can see what I'm talking about. So we've gone through there, so I think that there for now. This guy down here, I think he's looking ever so slightly to his left. Now, his head doesn't look like it's turned, but it does look like it's leaning over to one side a bit. So, if I draw lines up through mine, there we are, we're looking at sort of, see, he's looking in that direction. His head is leaning over to one side a bit. So, I think he's looking to his left, which would be our right. It's certainly not straight up. It is definitely over to the right a bit, but of course, how far over to the right? And it all also depends how much... Actually, this fellow looks like Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson doing river dance. What a picture. So we've got... Yeah, see, I still think he's looking more or less between the horizontal and slightly up. So I'm going on the assumption that some of the judges will go a fair bit higher and some will go lower. So I'm going to go in the middle there. And this fella, If I draw laser beams from him, then I think he's looking to his left a tad. So I'm gone there. So that's what I am for now. 22424948. I'm sure some of you will agree and lots of you will disagree. But by all means, submit your coordinate and I'll add them all to the picture. We can see where we were on Saturday. I think the average wasn't too bad. It was around where I was, I think, further over to the left. Might not have been as far left as I was. I can't remember what I did. I think I went slightly more to the left than the average. But we had the height about right, but we'd gone further to the left. Right, Revcomps this week then. Now, they've changed things around again. Because after last night's draw, they added Thursday's cars and next Monday's cars. Now, it was only a week or two ago they stopped doing this because they said they were going to do Thursdays on Monday and then Monday on Thursdays. But now they've put the whole week up again. So I don't know if that's temporary or whether it's a mistake or what. So what we got, I've got a ticket on this because it's a £60,000 cash alternative. This Corvette Stingray, BMW M135i M Sport X Drive. Nice car, not really my cup of tea, so nothing on there for me. Ranger Wild Track. Do you know I like them, but they're huge and probably horrendous to run. If I was looking for a car, which I said week after week, I'm not going to play for cars anymore, even though I still do, because I never stick to it. I'm like that with New Year's resolutions. I'd go for this Audi Q3. I do quite like that. I think that was a 1400 as well, so it wasn't a gas guzzler. It's quite a nice looking car. Audi's good solid car, aren't they? And there's another EcoSport on there, which is the old shape. It's got the old grill, old model, but it's cheap. It's only about £4.50 a ticket, and it's only just under 3,000 tickets. So, you know, if you're up for a cheap car to run around in, that's a good one to go for. Good odds and cheap tickets. So let's have a look at next Monday's. Now, next Monday tends to be a bit of a... They've gone for fast cars right across the board. We've got a BMW M3 X-Drive competition, 20,000 tickets. A Porsche 911 Carrera, 10,000 tickets. That comes with 10 grand, mind. There's also a Mercedes CLA, AMG Plus Estate. They're all fast cars. Subaru WRX, an ugly Transit, and I've gone one ticket on this motorhome. Not entirely sure I want a motorhome. There's no camper vans on here, so I thought, yeah, I'll buy a ticket on a motorhome. So that's basically it that I've done for the next week. I've got one on that Corvette, because it's a £60,000 cash alternative, and I've got one on the motorhome. So there we are. That's it for this week then. Leave a coordinate now for Saturday so we can see where the average is. Enjoy your week, guys, and good luck, everyone.